Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about how you can achieve your ambitions through hard work and perseverance, as well as by setting goals and taking risks when necessary. Some of you might be wondering what qualifies me to be giving this advice, as we're all students here at Peninsula College taking the same course, but I've had some experiences in my life, and I would like to share some of those with you at this time. I've applied this own advice in my life, and I've been able to accomplish some pretty awesome things. This is not a miracle formula by any means. It's simply advice that I was once given, and I'm sure that a lot of you have received the same advice in the past as well. But I'd like to put a little extra emphasis on the importance of setting goals as well as taking risks. I don't think these things are mentioned as often, but they are just as important. Sometimes you have to take risks, and risks are not easy, but it's necessary to do things that are uncomfortable in order to achieve your goals. For instance, when I arrived in Port Angeles, Washington, I was a high school dropout living in my car. This was 11 years ago, and I had little experience and no direction in my life. At the time, I was living in Wenatchee, Washington. I had an okay job, but no goals for myself. It was at this time that I decided to move to Port Angeles. When I made that decision, I had unknowingly set a goal for myself. And I think that we often set goals and fail to recognize them as such. I also had to take some risks. Uh, I took a risk when I packed everything that I owned in my car and came to Port Angeles. It was uncomfortable for me, both physically and emotionally, but it was necessary to achieve my goal in a timely manner. I was not only living in my car, I had no job at the time. All the work that I had was temporary, but I was eventually able to establish myself, and I found a job working at Westport Shipyard building yachts. I had no experience in boat building at the time, but I worked hard and I set goals for myself. Shortly after becoming employed at Westport, I transferred from the entry level position that I was hired into a different department. And eventually I became a crew lead in that department. I had to take risks to get where I was at. Um, I had to make decisions based on my experience and hard work, and I was not always right, but this showed the company that I had the initiative needed to get things done. I also had to ask for more money. This was not comfortable for me. I was initially told no, but I continued to work hard and was persistent, and I was able to eventually secure myself more money. Um, I also became pretty accomplished uh, in the job, and I was acknowledged uh, for my accomplishments. I was awarded Employee of the Month as well as Lead of the Quarter. After 9 years, though, I realized that I had reached the peak of my career at Westport, and the experience that I had with setting goals, I realized that I had to set another goal for myself if I wanted to continue to move forward in my life. That's when I decided to go back to school and become an engineer. And I started Peninsula College in the fall of 2015. There were some risks associated with this decision as well, as my work and school schedules conflicted with each other. So I decided to quit Westport, get a part-time job, and go to school. This is it's not easy quitting a job that you've had for 9 years and were successful at, but it was something that I realized that I had to do. Um, and while I'm not yet an engineer, I have been able to accomplish some things in the short time that I've been a student. I have gotten a CNC programming certificate, and I was also inducted into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. So I really want you to realize that you can achieve your goals through hard work, perseverance, and by setting goals and taking risks. If I can go from living in a car to leading a crew building $40 million boats, which not very many people in the world can say they have done, to becoming an honor student, and I think that if I can go from where I was, being homeless, living in a car, to where I am today through hard work and setting goals for myself and taking the necessary risk, I am confident that I will become an engineer, and I believe that you can achieve your ambitions as well if you apply these things in your life. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.